What's up, Vikings fans? I want you to go ahead and spam SKOL down in the comments. Show us some love here because coming up right now, we got some breakout candidates. Vikings breakout candidates getting ready to go off in the 2020 season. Mitchell Renz from Chat Sports, and you guys are watching Vikings Now. When I think of the word breakout, I think of the best year the player has ever had. I will not include rookies because, to me, rookies cannot break out. So with that being said, the first player that I want you guys to keep your eyes on to have a breakout year for Minnesota, Irv Smith Jr. He is going to be the number one tight end in this offense, and since he came out of Alabama, this has always been a prospect that I've had my eyes on. He can block. He needs to get a little bit better in the catching realm. But really what it comes down to is opportunity. I know for a fact that Minnesota is going to have a tight end on the field. Why? Because they want to run the football with Dalvin Cook. And yes, you got Justin Jefferson. You have Adam Thielen. But there are plenty, and I a lot of times look at targets to go around. So for him, it is time to take that next step. I understand that he was injured in 2021. But you know what? He, to me, has the athletic traits, the athletic ability to put it together. And when I go back and look at his numbers from 2019 and 2020, he was doing some of this stuff with Kyle Rudolph also on the field. In 2020, he had 5 touchdowns. I'm not sitting up here saying Irv Smith's going to be a tight end that gets 50, 60 catches. No. But he definitely has that red zone ability to get near 8 touchdowns. So if you're telling me right now he could be around that 40, 45 catch realm, 500 yards, 8 touchdowns, to me, that's a pretty good breakout year for Irv Smith. Let's go to the next name here on my list. It's Christian Darrisaw. I was a big fan of Darrisaw when he was coming out of the NFL draft in 2021 from Virginia Tech. He was my second overall offensive line prospect. And just like Irv Smith, battled some injuries. So technically, you'd almost be like, all right, well, this could be his rookie season, right? But you're the left tackle. It is your job to protect Kirk Cousins' blind side. He is a big old boy who has all the athletic traits in the world that I believe that you are looking for in a left tackle. He just needs to get his footwork down a little bit better, and I'm hoping with a healthy offseason, he can work with his coaches, he can get that technique down, and big things are coming for Christian Darrisaw. So if you're wondering, all right, man, why the heck should I subscribe to this YouTube channel? Why should I do it? Well, first off, it's 100% free. You got nothing to lose, man. More subs equals more videos. We're an interactive YouTube channel. We go down to the comments, whether it's me, Tom, Harry, Chase, Jack behind the scenes here. We look to see what you guys say. If there's big-time breaking news, we talk about it. Weekly videos. If you want to know more about the Vikings than all your friends, click that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. We're trying to get to 5,000 subs, y'all. We need 864 more to go. This is a growing YouTube channel, and if you want more videos, you got to go ahead and subscribe. The next breakout candidate that I'm going to go ahead and talk about here is wide receiver KJ Osborn. And at times, Osborn even flashed a little bit last season. 50 catches, 655 yards, 7 touchdowns. And I'm a big fantasy football junkie, for those of you that don't know a lot about me. And in the fantasy world, a receiver getting ready to enter the 3rd year is always a common year that people like to look out, and they refer to it as the breakout year. Why? You're learning as a rookie. Your sophomore, you get your feet wet, and now you're ready to get in there, get acclimated, and get going. Here's really what I think could help Osborn take that next step. If Adam Thielen's 100% healthy, he's somebody who's going to get 1,200 receiving yards. If Justin Jefferson's 100% healthy, he's going to get 1,500 receiving yards. Adam Thielen, though, is 34 years old, and father time is starting to creep up. So it would not surprise me if Thielen maybe, let's just say, takes a little bit of a step back, frees up, let's say, 15 to 20 targets, and if those targets went to Osborn, that wouldn't surprise me at all. He has shown me that Kirk Cousins can rely on him, that Kirk Cousins looks for him. So if Osborn takes that next step, then I'm telling you what, this wide receiver room, I don't like to use the word legend because if you're lactose intolerant, this next one's going to hit you dairy. But it could be legendary. You got Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, KJ Osborn. That is a dynamic duo. And then if Irv Smith can take that next step, oh man, good thing you guys can't see underneath the table. So what do you think? Will KJ break out this season? I'm talking breakout season, the best year he's ever had. It's going to be a tough task to do, but I think he can do it. Y for yes or N for no. Next player here we talked a lot about on the offensive side of the football. Let's now go ahead and look at the defensive side, and it's Dalvin Tomlinson. Dalvin, I was expecting a little bit more out of last season when he signed with Minnesota, because when I really look at this defense, what do they need on the up front? They needed the big boy, and I would have said he was probably the second, maybe third best free agent defensive tackle in that year, and we just got to face the facts. He did not play as well as what you were hoping for. So you go back, you look at some of the other years with Tomlinson on the New York Giants, he had some star years, or maybe good years. But can he be that defensive tackle that you paid for, that you were hoping that you were going to go out and get? Sure, last year he had 39 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks, 7 quarterback hits, but I am expecting more, and I think a lot of Vikings fans are expecting more as well. The final name here is Cam Dantzler. Cam had a lot of, we'll call it drama last offseason, and honestly, just last year, in terms of who was one of the top players brought up when you talk to the Vikings and trade candidates, Dantzler's name was mentioned. But just like I've talked about some of these other players, he's long, he's athletic, he gets to play next to Patrick Peterson, and he gets the opportunity. Last season, Breland was bad. He was. Patrick, again, is not quite the shutdown corner that he once was. But to me, Cam has an opportunity to get on the field more, show that athletic ability, and you're hoping that he can take that next step in a division that, let's face it, it has gotten a little bit easier. So did Zimmer hold Dantzler back? I think that's a very valuable question. And you could also say, did Mike Zimmer hold the Vikings back? He didn't outright, I guess in his final press conference, not that he was excited to leave, but he definitely looked spent, and I'm talking about Zimmer. And last season for Dantzler, 8 PBUs, 53 tackles, 1 pick, 1 forced fumble. I believe that he has a lot of the traits that you're looking for, and this is going to be a defense that could be sneaky good. To be honest, one of the players that I really like on this list, he's a rookie, but it's Andrew Booth. You have Cam Dantzler, Patrick Peterson, Andrew Booth all in this mix, which should help this Vikings secondary be a little bit better this upcoming season. So type B for breakout, or type D that it's going to be a dumpster fire. Is this the year Cam Dantzler ends up breaking out? I'm curious about this one because I feel like when I talk about Cam on this channel, it is a very split reaction, but let me know what you guys are thinking. Minnesota Vikings breakout candidates. I'm going to go from the top, work my way down, and just kind of tell you what I'm thinking here. Irv Smith, getting ready to enter, again, another season coming off an ACL. He gets a lot of targets on his plate, should have some good opportunities. Christian Darrisaw, drafted in the first round of the 2021 draft, dealt with tons, and I mean tons of injuries last season. You're hoping the left tackle can step up, protect Kirk Cousins' blind side. KJ Osborn is entering year 3. Year 3 is the breakout season. Last year, 50 grabs, 655 yards, 7 touchdowns. Adam Thielen's getting a little bit older. Can Thielen take a step back? Maybe. Again, Father Time always wins. Then you have Osborn. Go ahead. He takes that step up, gets a few extra targets. Dalvin Tomlinson was signed last offseason to help bolster that interior line. With Minnesota running some different fronts, you're hoping that he can be worth the money and maybe get you more than just 2.5 sacks. The final name here in my Vikings breakout candidates for 2022 is Cameron Dantzler. Yes, Minnesota's biggest need entering this offseason I thought was corner. They were able to address it in the draft. I thought they also were able to go ahead and bring back Patrick Peterson, but Dantzler has the length. He's got the athletic traits. Can he put it all together? And was Mike Zimmer holding him back? So here's your opportunity, Vikings fans. I want to hear you. Be loud, be proud. Spam it down in the comments section. I want you to name a Vikings breakout candidate. And if you don't like the list of the 5 players that I just mentioned, the coolest part about what Chat Sports does, we listen. We see what you guys have to say. So go down to the comments and name a Vikings breakout candidate.